Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Between Two Brokers. Today, Aaron and I are going to talk about...
We don't know.
Things.
We're going to wing it.
When is this episode going to air, did we decide?
I think January.
In January? Okay,
Yeah.
But we're recording, it feels like December.
Yeah. It's mid-November because we're trying to take December off.
Yeah, so we are before Thanksgiving
So
now.
all this shit may be completely irrelevant by the time you're hearing it.
Right. So forgive us. We're past the election.
Yay!
And yeah, Aaron's
I'm not
candidate
cheering
won.
the results. I'm just cheering that it's fucking over.
Anyway, well, I will tell you that like people are saying to me around, they're like, "You're about to get really rich." Like just the things
Oh,
people
because Trump's
say.
in office?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's funny. It's funny all the things that people, all the fear we had. Now, certain people are fearful, but the money people are not fearful anymore. Whatever, and who knows what will happen.
Yeah. Not a lot.
But it will be okay. It will be interesting when we record in January to see what happens because you made a prediction, and I do think we should make predictions.
Ooh.
I don't like making predictions because obviously neither one of us like being wrong. But you made a prediction.
I've never been wrong, so I don't know what that feels like.
The other day that you thought like, didn't you? Wasn't it you? You said you thought things were going to start going crazy in January. Didn't you say that, or was that somebody else?
I didn't say that.
Okay,
Were you talking to Kim? Because Kim thinks that.
Kim thinks that. Well,
Yeah.
Kim is very, but she also, her candidate did win.
Her candidate did win?
Yes.
Okay, well, she's also psychic.
Oh.
Remember that about her?
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
So let's hope she's right.
Yeah. Well, I'm wary of that prediction because I thought that last year, because I had a crazy December, which, by the way, I will close in December 50%. Wait. 30% of my sales for the year. So you know how
December.
I always have I always have a
Wild.
crazy December.
Yeah.
So like the first week of December, I have 3 closings. I got a $3.5 million house under contract off market. But that won't close till January. But still, it's going to be.
Are they going to paint the kitchen cabinets in that one?
Okay, I'm going to tell you something. My client bought this house that was all white, which is what I tell every single seller to do. You guys, I'm just telling you, you get upset when I walk into your house and ask if we're going to paint it all white, but I do it to every single one of you. So my client loves color and is a decorator, and she painted these cabinets in the house Kelly green, and then she painted the cabinets surrounding the fireplace Kelly green. And then she painted shiplap or wood trim in one of the bathrooms, Kelly green. That's it. Everything else is still white.
So think like shamrock green, if you don't know what Kelly green is.
Okay.
It's very St. Patty's Day green.
It's bright green.
Mm-hmm.
I had, 8 people through the house.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Agents and then 2 buyers.
All off market.
First, all agents, 1 buyer. First buyer who saw it bought it. And every single person that walked in the house said, "I love the cabinets."
Really?
Yep. Every single person. I'm not
Wow.
saying they're not going to paint them, but again, what do I know? Because I was like, you need to paint them. Well, you don't need to paint them because they could see the rest of the house. Now, this house has soaring ceilings. Again, everything else is white. So anyway, I'm wrong. All right, so I'm wary about doing the January prediction because last year I had a great December, feeling good, riding into January, was getting all these listings. I'm like, it's going to be great. I don't know what anybody's talking about. I had a great, and then it was like crickets. Mm-hmm. So we know that basically from August until March, it's just kind of like, does it go like this the whole way straight down? I don't know. I need to look
There might
it
be a
up.
little uptick in October in a non-election year.
Mm-hmm. I think the market's been fine. And then Aaron and I went to an open house last week and, we're around all the people and everybody's like, oh, my phone started ringing again. Things are good. And a lot of them earlier this year were like, I'm not selling shit. So that's good. the weather has been crazily mild.
Nice. Mm-hmm.
I'm actually going on vacation tomorrow, and Aaron, I'll have you know the high where I'm going is 41.
What are you
John's
gonna
like,
do?
why'd you pick this?
You're going to stay inside the whole time.
Yeah, I want to be cozied up by the fire.
Yeah.
With my boys. I'm
Yeah.
taking Bruno.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
You're going up to Lake Toxaway?
Yes. I originally was supposed to go away for a girls' weekend, but my best friend bought a house and was like, hey, can we cancel our vacation? Because all I want to do is work on my house. And she also have a man. So we canceled that, but I wanted to take advantage of that time I had blocked off. So I just found really the only place, because I wanted to look, some of the people recommended a couple of the places in Cashers that I had never been to. I can't remember what the hotels are up there. But anyway, Hammock or something.
High Hampton.
High Hampton, and then something else. Anyway, they were all booked, but this place called the Greystone Inn, and my only wish was I wanted to be out in the middle of nowhere, like around nature. Like, I thank you for all of your business this year, everyone, but I've had enough of people.
Yeah, you need to isolate. Lake Toxaway is beautiful. We put in an offer in on a house in Lake Toxaway that had, it had the view that we wanted. The house needed so much work, and in hindsight, I'm so glad we didn't get it. But it had a view of the mountains and the lake, and these great porches, but we were really going to have to pretty much like gut the whole house. And glad we didn't do that. And plus, it's just, there's no
remote.
It's too remote. There's the Greystone Inn, which
Yeah.
is a great restaurant and everything, but you get sick of going there every night.
But that's what I wanted. Like, and John and I were talking about that. He's also, the other reason I picked that location is he's working in Greenville this week. So I'm just going to pick him up there, and
Nice.
it's close.
Yeah.
It was going to be too much. Like, I wanted to go somewhere on the coast, and he was like, well, then I can't come till Friday. And I was like, no, it has to be at least 3 nights.
They might be making the fake snow at Sapphire, which is only like a 20-minute drive from there if you want to try your hand at skiing or tubing.
Text me the tips.
Okay.
The fake snow.
Yeah.
I will tube. I won't ski.
Okay.
Did
John?
I ever tell you the ski story?
No. What is it?
I went to Park City with my gays one time. Have you ever seen me completely pitiful? Like,
Yes, when we took that pole dancing class.
well, I wasn't like crying.
Okay, no, but you were just bad at it.
Okay, no. The pole dancing class, I was completely pitiful because I thought I was going to be great, and I wasn't, but I thought it was hilarious.
It was.
You have to be flexible to be a stripper, guys. And I had no idea. I thought you just had to be a
Athletic.
So anyway, so of course, I mean, you don't understand my relationship with my gays. I can't even describe it because I say they're my husbands, but they're like my brothers. But the bottom line is it's like family. Like, I feel so comfortable and loved and supported with both of them.
Were you the third? Was it just the three of you?
No.
Okay.
My ex-boyfriend was there.
Oh, okay.
But he's like an athlete and was probably off doing athletic things and not supporting me, which is probably one of the reasons he's not my boyfriend anymore. All right. So anyway, so I just remember Garth, like, you know, so I did all the training and everything, which I excelled at. I was like, this is easy. I've never had the desire to ski because, number one, I don't like being cold. And number two, I am actually quite afraid of injury because I'm an athlete and I've hurt my knees before. And it just seemed like everybody would come back from ski trips with injuries. And I'm like, you picked a dumb sport to like, why would you do that? You know? So anyway, they like take me on something that they think is conservative. And I'm telling you, Aaron, I just could not get it. Now, the best part is that it's a great, like, they loved telling the story, and I loved telling the story to John when they first met him, because I basically just toppled down the hill, basically
The bunny slope.
boo-hooing, crying the
Yeah.
whole time. Not like actually crying, but like, I can't.
So you just sat in the hot tub with hot chocolate.
Right. Like me, pitiful and pathetic and like giving up is like, it's not a thing that happens.
Yeah.
I can't really think of another time that it's happened, but it happened on the slopes. And, you know, for them to see me like that was quite entertaining.
I wish I had been there.
I know.
Because our family, don't know if you know this, but we would wake up really early Christmas morning, open gifts, and then we would drive up to Beach Mountain or Sugar Mountain, either one, and ski all day Christmas Day, and then drive home that night, stop at the Waffle House because it was the only place that was open, and that's where we would have Christmas dinner.
Aw.
Yeah.
That's such a good tradition.
Yeah. And I was a decent skier, wasn't great because we, only went like once or twice a year, but then my youth group at my church would go, and there were these older boys that would always do the black diamond slopes, and I like wanted to hang out with them, so I would get on that chairlift and I'd be like, I'm good, and I would do the same. I mean, I would just be like the whole way down, like pizza shape, just like trying to go as slow as I can, sit on my bottom like on the really like bumpy parts, but I did it time and time and time again because I was going to sit next to Jacob. I was.
Of course, he's named Jacob, church group. Anyway, well, that actually brings up something else. I just jogged my memory while we were talking about it, is like just the holidays. The holidays are coming up. So we've got Thanksgiving and Christmas. And as much as I want to get into the holiday spirit, work won't let me do it.
Yeah.
It won't. So I have a lot of contracts. I think I have 7 or 8 houses under contract right now.
Good for you.
I know, but it's like, you can't time the break. Like, when do you get the break? And then I got some new clients that I don't even know how they found me, and whatever, Google reviews or something like that. And they're coming down next week for the first time
From
New York. Well, New Jersey, but New York.
they don't want to claim that.
Well, no, but I mean, he works in New York. They're new, and they, it's so funny, guys, because it's like people, she's like, I heard about Charleston. I heard it's great. We're going to retire there. Probably one of our children is going to school in South Carolina. And I do not mean to make fun of you, but if you live in Charleston, you'll know how funny this is when I say it. They want like a house that doesn't need any work with an amazing view for $800,000. And I'm like, I try to have a conversation with her, which is, we're so far from that point. You guys haven't even been here yet.
I think it's funny that people say they want to retire somewhere they have never been.
Right. I mean, and so it's very hard for me because it's like the likelihood of them actually doing anything in the next 5 to 10 years, let's call it 10, 20% with me. All right. Then I also don't ever get a break ever. And I like Thanksgiving, and I'm hosting Thanksgiving. So I'm not going to work from Wednesday to Friday, which again, in past years, maybe I would show somebody a house, but this year I'm not.
Yeah.
And, it's like, I would love to meet somebody and like just get in front of them, but people call Zillow agents, it's just like, also the other thing is I had a very long conversation with her on the phone, and I could tell that she wasn't listening to me. Like she kept, so that's my big red flag with everybody. So she kept describing her view, and I looked at her house and I looked at her view. She has a gorgeous view of New York City from her house. She has a gorgeous house. And I tried to explain to her, I'm like, look, like we don't have hills. Like there is no hill with a view of Charleston. So the only view you have here is water. Okay, well, and I'm like, that's going to cost you, if you want a view of Charleston, like 5 million, 6 million, 7 million, I don't know, and I said, so what have you seen on Zillow that you like? So anyway, so there's that. And then there's the people that, and then it's like people have people in town for Thanksgiving. Yeah. I have some clients that are buying a house, and they texted me that they're coming, and they're closing in like 2 weeks or something, and they wanted to get back in. Well, we've been to the house 3 times, I think, 3 times. Both the husband and the wife that are selling at work from home. I think they have 5 kids that are all adults that are all in town. Her elderly father is in town. So the second he asked me, and I am obsessed with my clients. They're like the sweetest, truly the sweetest people ever. They're from Winston. And so I wanted to ask, but at the same time, I knew I was just like, oh, you cannot ask somebody with that much family to come see their house when you're buying it in 2 weeks, like right before Thanksgiving. Yeah. And I also like was wondering why they're buying it furnished. I mean, and he's like, oh, I just wanted to get some videos for my dad, and because they whatever. But I mean, that's also not really a reason. Like, and that's the thing is like everybody's sweet to each other and everybody's nice, but like you have to think about putting somebody out. Yeah. And it's funny too because I feel like from our group recently, I've kind of had a bunch of people want to talk to me about business. I don't know why, like, and I'm like, it's not business time anymore. It's not business
PSA.
time.
Can everybody just leave Stacy the fuck alone?
Leave me alone, okay? We can talk about goals in January.
Yeah.
It's time to party.
Ready to party.
Yes. Yes, I've already packed my bottles of wine for this weekend because I've been so good and going to bed early and waking up at 4.
How many people are you having over for Thanksgiving?
Adults only.
Good.
I'm embarrassed to say this with Lindsay here. I've ordered a turkey breast from Gold Belly to be delivered. I'm not making it. I have really just like I don't have any, like I'm fine hosting because that's fun. I get to decorate and put everything out and I can do the flowers and everything, but John didn't want to do the turkey. I have to do mashed potatoes, which is so easy, fun, cranberry sauce. I can do all that. But I basically am going to have Wednesday and Thursday morning. And so I'm like, okay, well, what can I handle? So I'm just going to make it easy and enjoyable. And they have strong family traditions and things that his mama has to make. So she's got her thing.
Good. Other people are helping.
Yeah. So and the thing is like, okay, first of all, like old people don't eat. And also John's sister and brother-in-law, they don't really eat either. So it's just going to be like, it's just not a lot. And John doesn't really eat that. I mean, I know he's a big boy, but he likes leftovers, So that's all I'm going to do. The turkey breast is going to be pretty easy.
Good.
Low key. What are you doing?
We usually spend Thanksgiving with Spence's side of the family, but the kids are all like going other places, and his sister and her husband are going to their lake house. So it's just going to be me and Spence, my mom, and his one other sister who's single. And I'm not cooking for 4 people. Yeah. So we're going to go to the post house.
I love that.
Just take the golf cart and maybe have too much wine. Yeah. And come home and take naps. And
I love that.
I'm looking forward to it.
I've had a lot of good Thanksgivings like that.
Yeah.
Like one year I went downtown to McIntosh. The food was amazing. That was such a good restaurant now that I think about it. Or the scene. Remember the bar and everything?
They had my favorite vegetable plate in town. I know that does not excite you.
No, it doesn't. But yeah, that was a really good meal. I mean, and even back in the day, I remember going to forever ago, like going to Grilled 225. I loved going out for Thanksgiving. But it is going to be nice to have it at the house. I've been doing a lot of nesting and decorating at the house, which has been really fun because John's in. So I got all the pictures in the picture frames. Arnie Palmer officially went up on the wall yesterday. Oh, got him in a frame.
That's so nice of you.
I know. Pebble Beach is in a frame. It's all going. So
he's been in the news lately,
No. I don't look at the news, Erin. That's why I have you.
Okay.
To alarm me.
Trump likes to talk about Arnold Palmer's dick size.
Really?
Apparently it's large.
Well, no wonder he's John's idol.
Fun fact. Yeah, there you go.
Anyway.
I don't know. It made a bunch of headlines.
How interesting.
Yeah.
They didn't have that in all the documentaries he's made me watch.
So it's not in the photo?
No. No. Okay. A visor is. And a putter.
Yeah.
And a golf green.
Yeah.
John is taking his clubs up to Lake Toxaway.
He should. There's a lot of good golf up there.
Yeah. And so I was like, I saw that. And so I was like looking at the activities on the website and they had fitness. I don't work out when I go on vacation. I just, I'll go for a walk or whatever, but I don't care.
Do you want an amazing spa day?
Yeah.
Can you drive to Highlands?
Maybe.
It's like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
I'll give you the details on
Okay.
the Old Edwards Inn. You can make a whole day of it.
Oh, I think I looked at that to stay and they were booked.
Yeah. But great spa day.
So I looked at the gym at this place and again, choosing it because it was remote, but like the hours from October until May 1st are 9 to 2. Have you ever heard of a gym? I'm like, who works out between the hours of 9 to 2?
Yeah. I did want to talk about one thing back to real estate for those people who don't get our monthly newsletter, because I
Yes.
explained something about interest rates in the newsletter this month, which is that a lot of people were shocked when the Fed cut the basis points and rates went up. And the term for that is forward looking, which means that when the Fed announces that there is going to be a rate drop, mortgage rates adjust ahead of that. They don't wait for it to actually happen. And so when it does happen, and then, all these other reports come out about jobs and GDP numbers and all of that, then that's what makes the rates volatile. And so I think a lot of people were like, why is the rates back up to 7% when they just cut them? It's because they were down when they announced that they were going to cut them. They didn't wait for it to happen. So I think maybe we could be busier right now if the rates were lower, but I think that's still keeping people on the sidelines. I keep reading that people are waiting for rates to get back to 6%. Like that's the comfort zone that people are like, that's the compromise between the 3% we had in COVID and the 7% that we've seen for the last 6 months. So who knows what will happen. I think there's supposed to be one more cut this year, but again, that doesn't mean they're going to go down.
I will say, I know that every single house I have under contract with the exception of one is cash.
Yeah.
So that explains it. When in doubt, call Bill Payne for all of your interest rate questions. Mm-hmm. He will help explain everything that we cannot. And Aaron can too. Well, thank you for the little catchy uppy.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe, and we will see you next time.